Guys, we've gone about 15 minutes in the show. Can we talk about the phone call now? I've been waiting. We're doing all this serious draft talk like Bill Burr was talking about. But no, man, I want to talk about the prank call. I don't even want to talk about how stupid and how insensitive it was. I want to talk about how the person making the call is the son of an NFL coach. Yeah. How in the hell? And not like an 8-year-old. 21.
Put it on the poll, Juju, at Le Batard Show. If your name is Jax, are you more likely to get into trouble like this? Because his name is Jax. He is the son of Jeff Ulbrich, the Atlanta defensive coordinator. And apparently this wasn't the only time they did this. I don't know what was dumber, the prank or showing everybody that you were the one responsible for the prank. But if you're going to do the prank, you don't want to do it quietly. You want to get credit for the prank if you're a teenager.
Back in the day, you used to do the prank call for you and your buddy. That was it. You would make the call, you put it on speaker, you'd laugh, haha, look what we did. All of a sudden, now people are doing it for the clout. I mean, I don't like that.
Doing it for the clout. And guess what? 298 million, 300 million Americans could do it for the clout, and it's fine. You know who can't do it? Someone whose dad works in the NFL. You dumb little.
How much trouble is Jax in with his dad today?
He's out of the will.
Oh, yeah. He should be fired from the family. Seriously. I mean, what he did was literally inexcusable, and there's going to be repercussions there. I don't know what they'll be, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Falcons got fined by the league or something, because this is a serious thing.
Am I making too much of a leap to say it's not just like, hey, man, your dad works in the NFL. That's a bad look on him. It's, where'd you get that phone number from?
Well, I mean,
He said an open iPad. When he walked into a room, he saw the open iPad, and then magically Shedeur's number was in there.
So, in that sense, you want to talk about someone getting in trouble. Man, I could tell you stories about the Miami Heat being upset about video coordinators for allowing a playbook, an outdated playbook, to make it out the facility. Brother, you got your iPad just open and your kid went in there and made prank calls off of it? Like, that is next level deep. Jeff Ulbrich.
All right, so you're blaming Jeff when you need to blame Jax, unless you're blaming Jeff for the.
I'm blaming him for the open iPad.
For the parenting, okay, parenting and an open.
He also
iPad.
just got there because he was like the Jets' interim head coach. Like, this isn't a first-year mistake, Jeff. Come on.
So Greg Cody is saying this is a bad, serious thing, and there need to be repercussions. And Amin is out here saying, "You dumb
little."
I am here to argue on behalf of the prank. I will preface this by saying, obviously cruel and obviously wrong to do. However, as a prank, it's a great prank. It works as a prank. If you're going to give Anthony Davis a show on Max, like, it's cruel, and people got mad on behalf of Shedeur Sanders because they're like, man, he feels bad enough. Don't do that to him when he's down. He's a national laughingstock. It's like piling on someone who's got so much internet shame. You guys wouldn't do that, right? You guys would never do that. Make a bunch of jokes on the internet about somebody who's drowning in internet shame. He's already in the shame. People are already feeling it on his behalf. However, you guys aren't going to argue with me that it doesn't work as a prank. For those of you who don't know what the prank was, someone called Shedeur Sanders and pretended to be the Saints that were drafting him as he fell in the draft. You guys will agree that as a prank, just by definition, that's how a prank works.
Yes. I would put a B on the execution. Yeah. I would have, because he does the call and says, but you're going to have to wait a little longer. And then I was like, look, man, I want you to go, if you're going to do this, right? Let's game plan this. Let's go all the way. Yeah. Let's have him really believe he got drafted by the Saints. Yeah. Let's have a lady call and say, okay, we got to set up your travel. Like, just take it all the way. Right. Let's Nathan Fielder this thing. If we're gonna do a prank, let's prank. Let's not do. But you're gonna have to wait a little longer.
Nobody cares that Tyler Warren from Penn State was pranked. Nobody cares that Isaiah Bond was pranked. Cooper DeJean was pranked last year. No one cares about any of those, right? This is the only prank we care about. The fourth one of these.
I didn't even know those happened.
Right. This is the one everybody cares about because he's piling on a guy who's going through the worst night of his life.
In fairness, when they did it to him, they didn't know he would fall like 2 days and continue to plummet to the 5th round. It was, I think, a first-round prank, and it's like, all right, he's going to fall to like end of the 1st round, but we got him.
But you know that video doing numbers, right? Oh my God.
Videotaping, I don't understand the video. This isn't a crime, but I don't understand people videotaping felonious activities and putting it on the internet. It's the wildest self-snitching stuff that people do now. That's crazy.
It's doing crazy numbers, Billy. That's why.
Yeah, it's doing crazy numbers. But like, okay, let's just play out how the NFL works, right? So Jeff Ulbrich, he now works for the Falcons. He worked for the Jets. He's like a career NFL coach, assistant coach. He'll go in, he'll be interim head coach, whatever, right?
Name never mentioned on this show before today.
That's not true. He was
interim head coach.
Yeah, he was a Jets interim head coach last year when they fired Robert Saleh.
I don't believe that.
We talked about how sexy he was with his beard last year.
There you go.
He's a good-looking guy.
Now you know it's true.
Yeah.
That was on God Bless Football.
No,
his name has never appeared on this show.
I'm not sure. Anyways, the point is, Jack's his son. Brother, all you have to do is like not do that, and you'll get a job and a career in the NFL. Your daddy's a coach already. Just don't tell yourself messing with famous draft prospects in the middle of a historic plummet, and you'll get a coordinator thing, and you'll work your way up, and then boom, Lane Kiffin.
Yeah. But Mr. Gill, I don't want to work in the NFL. I want to be a star. The biggest star there is on YouTube and TikTok.
Cody, when you raise your finger, usually you want to talk.
I do. I can't honor this as a great prank until I hear it, because the idea of a 21-year-old imitating Mickey Loomis, who's like my age, it just doesn't. It can't be a good imitation.